London. Well, it's a great place for opportunities, but you also see yourself that you're just like a small fish in a big sea. That, you know, your work doesn't mean much, but you can get recognition if you really try. So you can kind of see a place like that, which is better, which is, you know, yeah, it's good for opportunities.
My name is Dan Radigan. I'm the UK Type Director for Monotype.
My name is Pavel Pich and I'm Senior Designer at Airlock, which is a digital agency part of Liberdat Group.
My name is Jean. Currently I'm studying game design. This is my second year.
I'm a type designer and kind of a type historian now. But before getting into type design, I worked as a general graphic designer and typographer, mostly in New York and Boston for about 17 years.
I have 8 years of professional experience, including nearly 6 years in digital. I've been working on the projects for the clients like BBC, Channel 4, Wrangler, Heineken, Nokia, Volkswagen and Renault.
I've started my career probably as a graphic designer. I've actually got into industry for about 6 months. That was a good experience, but it seems to be like a really hard industry to get into. So I've changed my views, and now I want to do something like game design.
I studied when I was younger at Boston University, like an MFA in graphic design, and I did a little bit of graduate school work over the years in Boston and in New York. But then I came to the UK to do an MA in type-based design at the University of London.
And I've spent quite a lot of time at university. I have a MA degree in graphic design from Maria Curie Skłodowska University in Lublin, Poland, and MA in creative practice for narrative environments from St. Martin's.
I just went to like normal school, but I've always studied art. For instance, back in Latvia, I was just at my standard normal school, and I did 2 years of art school.
Current, someone who is has a finger on the pulse of what is going on in terms of modern design, bringing various aspects in. Depends what the kind of the graphics, what they're doing is used for, whether it's for kind of it's public facing or not. But yeah, I suppose that's that could be kind of stereotypes. Someone who is cool, fashionable. Yeah, depends really.
Absolutely, yeah. It's about communicating their own vision, whatever that might be, and their own passions in a clear way. For a graphic designer, it's about clarity, I think.
I think designers are different. Some work on their own, some work for a firm. If they work for a company, I guess they work 9 till 5, similar to anybody else. If they work for themselves, I guess their hours are to fit in with their other lifestyle, you know, when they feel like working.
When I was a kid, I always wanted to draw comic books. And a lot of what I did in making comic books was I would draw the covers, and I would do all the lettering and stuff. And that gave way when I was pretty young into getting into type and working with letters and drawing. So it's just the illustration that fell to the side over the years. And the typography part just got bigger and bigger.
I wanted to become a karate instructor like my big brother, but it didn't happen. But in my early life, I just wanted to create beautiful images. This is what I discovered. These days, mothers, if they want to keep their kids quiet and have a peace of mind, they give their kids PlayStations to play or iPads. My mum used to give me paper and pencils, and this is when my drawing skills and general sense of aesthetics began to develop.
As a kid, I wanted to be animator. I wanted to make cartoons because I used to watch a lot of cartoons. So from that, really, I used to sketch like kind of cartoon characters and like things like that. And I would draw a lot of things, so I was interested in the art from that, really.
Well, I guess type designers are a particular subculture in themselves. It's such a specialized part of the overall graphics industry, and we all seem to know each other and exist like a shadow army of nerds within the field.
I wouldn't call it necessarily as a culture, but people of my profession, designers, illustrators, artists and other creative people, are very often put in a certain category. A lot of these people are trying to mark their individuality by the way they look, what they wear. They lead particular lifestyles. They live in particular environments.
I wouldn't say I'm good at planning, so I don't have like a 5-year plan of my life or any plans. I just kind of go with the flow. It's true, and I don't really have that. I just want to do what I do, to be able to do what I do, and maybe get enough, I guess, money or whatever it gets me by to keep on doing what I'm doing. So right now it's maybe game design, but I don't know if it's going to be my career. Currently it is.
I mean, in terms of concrete goals for the last few years, I've been really concerned with just paying back student loans from going to graduate school. When I decided to stop working and go to school, it was a major financial undertaking, and a lot of my career aspirations since then have been trying to pay off debt. It's working, luckily. But to be successful as a designer may mean different things for different kinds of designers. I think working as a graphic designer, I would have said that to be successful in what I did was to find projects where I could really help people communicate messages and let room for me to be creative. As a typeface designer, I feel more like being successful as a type designer would be coming up with a typeface that I felt really contributed something to the landscape, but that other people would also find useful. So I think that has a lot to do with what you design and what the purpose is for that. The best designers do design professionally and are probably successful at it because it is what they really enjoy. You feel fortunate that you can make a living out of doing something that involves you thinking about the world the way you do and making the kinds of things you like to make. For me, it's always been a bit more than a job. It's been lucky that I could get a job doing what I would do for fun. And the times that I haven't been able to do design to make my living, I've been pretty miserable.
I would define quality as ability to relate to something. So it can be any kind of product, be something like a poster or a song or any other product. It's how many people can relate to that product. It doesn't mean it's good or correct, it communicates to those people and they can relate to that product. I think that's quality.
Typefaces, I think quality is a mixture of originality, a design that feels fresh and be fit for purpose, as well as technical sophistication and things working and being made to a high degree of precision.
For me, though, the best kind of graphic design is that which gives a clear message, and for me, people like John Hartfield, the photomontages, anti-fascist photomontages working in Germany in the 30s, was as clear about the sort of design, the message, the anti-fascist message that he was conveying as he could possibly get. So for me, good design is about the clarity of conveying the message that you're putting out there.
Stereotypes of what a designer is will persist regardless of the reality, because I know designers of sort of all personalities and all stripes and all colors and all backgrounds, but I still hear people make easy jokes about white designers and black turtlenecks, and I think that's just going to continue. Designers are probably much better off just being true to themselves and doing good work, and if enough good work gets around, well, people will start associating that with the person who made it, and that'll be a good design.
I think that when we try too much to design our own life, there is a danger it will become fake. The most talented designers and artists I know don't have a need to express themselves through their extravagant persona.